Today we'll be doing matching names. What are the attributes of matching names? In matching names question, you're given list of names as well as a passage. In this case now you have this name A to F, James Freer, Rob Macolina, and you're given a passage to read. So from this passage, you are asked, who is this statement referring to? Number 33 was given a break from work after the birth of the child. So the question here is, who was given a break from work after the birth of his child? Number 34, believes companies are not changing quickly enough. The question here is, who in the passage among these names A to F believes companies are not changing quickly enough? Now, to answer the question, you have to read through the passage, and that is where you get your answers from. What is the strategy for answering matching name question type? The first strategy, read the question carefully. The second step is focus on the name first, read them, scan for the names in the passage and underline them. Read their research or findings, then go back to the statement in the question and match them. Be aware of synonyms and paraphrases. Then the last but not the least step, when you find a statement that matches the name, write down your answer, then move to the next appearance of the name. I've just shown you the steps. Now let's practicalize it. The first step is read the question carefully. Remember, what is the question? This is the question, 33 to 37. Now let's read 33. Was given a break from work after the birth of his child. 34. Believes companies are not changing quickly enough. 35. Sees two kinds of companies emerging. 36. Was the original writer of Success. Question 37. Believes work-life programs help a company make money. We read the question like this so it sticks in our subconscious. When we are reading through the passage, we're like, this is the answer. You may remember some, you may not remember some, but it helps you understand what you are looking for more. Now, one mistake people do in this question type is they spend the whole time reading the whole passage. You don't do that. That will take us to our second step. Remember, the second step is read the names, scan through the passage, and highlight the names. So we have the names here. These are step 2, then 3. So we'll go through the passage now. And what are we going to do now? We're going to underline every name we see. If any name appears more than once, underline it as many times as it appears. Now, this might look like you're wasting your time, but please, it's actually going to save you more time. Now, we've underlined all the names in the passage. All these questions that we have here from 33 to 37, you will find your answer close to one of these names. So we're going to pick one of the questions. Was given break from work after the birth of his child. So let's go up and search. Where did that phrase appear in the statement? And please be open up your mind. We're going to use synonyms and paraphrase. So be conscious of that. So let's read. Orange Sweat Madden. They didn't say anything about child here, so let's go down. Helen Mollis with Hay Group, a human resource. They didn't say anything. Nella Barkley, an American who no, nothing about child here. Robin Macolina, there's something about child here. So Rob Macolina. So let's read carefully. Rob Macolina, a gay consultant with Bain and Company based in Los Angeles, was allowed time off to marry his partner in Canada and another break to look after their child when she was born to his surrogate mother. Okay, now you've seen your answer here or something that looks like your answer. You go back to the question to confirm. He was given a break from work after the birth of his child. Child, there they said daughter. Remember I said synonym and paraphrase, so you have to be conscious of that. Now, why would be in this back and forth to be sure that this is our answer? So the next question, believes companies are not changing quickly enough. Now let's go up. Who is it that believes companies are not changing quickly enough? Okay. A new magazine was published in America. Success is the resolution of the first year. They're talking about magazine. Joseph Guerrero wants to this. No, they are still talking about the same magazine. Nella Barkley, an American who advises companies on work-life balance, says that large firms are beginning to understand the value of such schemes, but only slowly. Let's go back to the question to be sure that this is our answer. Believes companies are not changing quickly enough. Okay, now let's go back to the passage. Nella Barkley, an American who advises companies on work-life balance, says that large firms are beginning to understand the value of such schemes, but only slowly. Okay, now this means that she believes that these companies they understand this, but they are not really changing. They are not changing fast enough. They're changing slowly. Their understanding is reflecting at a slow pace. So this is another way to put that. Remember, I said they will use paraphrase and they will use synonym. But let's not conclude on this. We cannot pick our answer solely on this. So let's go through the other names to see if any other person said something similar, because we can find something closer to what we have in the question. So let's go there. Okay, this is Rob Macolina. Okay, this is about person that was given break. So let's go to the other names. The a mother of four, engineer. Okay, this is talking about attrition rates. Let's come here. Third child. I don't think there's nothing about third child there. Miss Money are looking for work life. Okay, now she's the only one that said something related to that. So our answer is Nella Barkley. Now, number 35, sees two kinds of companies emerging. Again, let's go back to the passage. Okay, Helen Mollis with Hay Group, a human resource consultancy, sees a widening gap between firms at the creative end of employment and those that are not. Now, these are two companies. One is at the creative end of employment, the other one is not. So, she's seeing two categories of companies. So, let's highlight this first. Now, we will not just stick with this and say this is our answer. We'll have to go and see if there's any other thing that is closer to the statement we have in the question than what we have found here. So let's go ahead. Let's go down. Nella Barkley, an American. Rob Maculina, we've already seen what's here. The Angua, a model for and senior partner in San Francisco. So that is the only place we saw something that implied what we have in 35. Since two kinds of companies emerging. So our answer is Helen Mollis. So we'll go on to the next question. Was the original writer of sources? Okay, so all this while we've been skimming through the passage, we've come across sources more than 1,000,000 times. I'm just joking. But we've seen sources over and over. So the original writer of sources is not hard to find. Let's go, okay, here. A new magazine was published in America this month. Sources is the resolution of a title first published in 1897 by Orison Swett Marden. Now let's take note of this. This is the original author or publisher of Sources, the first person that published a magazine titled Sources. Now let's look at the current one so that we're sure. The magazine publisher Joseph Guerrero wants today's Sources. Okay, now this is the new author Joseph Guerrero, while this is the original author Orison Swett Marden. Now we'll move on to the last but not the least. Believes work-life program help a company to make money? Believes. Now the question is, who believes work-life program help a company to make money? So we're going to go through again, like we've done in the other ones, go through the names in the passage, and we'll get our answer. Now this one saves us the stress of reading through everything. We already know this is about sources. This is the original author of Sources. This is the new author of Sources. Now, this is the person that sees two companies emerging. Okay, we already know about Nella Barkley. This is Rob Macolina that was given leave. James Freer, a senior executive, says he is absolutely convinced the initiative helps produce better financial results. What initiative? Work-life balance produce better financial result. Better financial result means make money. So our answer for 37 is James Freer. So let's go and look at our answer. So what we have here is from 33, BFCEA. That is it for machine names question type. Now it's time for question